What's going on, y'all? It's your man Vic, and I'm the house owner of Columbia. Hey, look, I want to do a quick video this morning about equity in your home. First of all, before I get started, I had a couple people. One client of mine, she is a nurse, and she saw a few of my videos, and she said something to me about my seatbelt. My cousin, shout out to you. He's in Charlotte. He also said something to me this past weekend at the family reunion we had about my seatbelt. He saw a few videos, and I did not have my seatbelt on. I was not being safe. And as a nurse, I can understand my client's perspective about seeing things, tragedies due to not wearing a seatbelt. So, if you see me on my video not wearing my seatbelt, comment in the video, text me if you got my number, inbox me, email me, whatever. Hold me to the standard, you know what I mean? So I should know better. Because my daughter, when she gets in the car, the first thing I say is, put your seatbelt on. But I got to make sure I lead by example and always have mine on as well. So anyway, enough about that. And wear your seatbelt, people. All right, equity. Recently, I've had a couple deals, my last few deals or whatever. My clients have walked into the home with equity. And I'm going to do a Q&A video with, question and answer video, but I've had somebody, about 3 or 4 people message me about, what is the importance of the equity in a home when I said that on the previous video. So here's the importance of having equity in your home. So, for example, my client went into the house with $10,000 of equity. So what that means is, if you purchased a home, the bank has a promissory note, a lien, a mortgage on the home for, let's just say, $190,000. But the appraiser that goes out and does the appraisal for the lender, because the lender is going to want to make sure that that house is worth the value that they're going to be lending you. So the bank wants to make sure that the house is valued at least $190,000. If it is not, those are other things that'll be for another video, ways that we'll talk about, or problems that you can kind of run into, but also ways that you can continue the deal. But the appraisal comes in at $200,000. So now the bank feels good about lending you the money for $190,000 because it has been appraised and it is valued at $190,000. But you also have now $10,000 of equity in your home. Let's just say your payment each month is $1,000, which at $190,000 it'll be not $1,000. It'll be a little more than that, but depending on your interest. But I'm doing this for numbers' sake. So you go into it with $10,000 of equity. You pay $1,000 on your first payment. Now you have $11,000. Well, not 11, because some month goes to the principal and interest and stuff like that. But basically, every month that you're paying into your mortgage, you are building upon that $10,000 of equity. So every month you pay your payment on time, you are building into your equity. All right. So if you start off with $10,000 of equity, you can really go get that line of credit, have a home equity line of credit, and that home equity line of credit may be, I think right now it's at like 3.8, 3.9% or something like that. So you could borrow that $10,000. They're going to put 3 or 4% interest on what you borrow, but you're paying, you can just pay back on it. So you're not paying an inflated rate or anything like that. You're just going to pay back into that. So every time you're paying back, it's paying back into your equity. But you could use that $10,000 to remodel things in your home. You can upgrade the bathroom, or build a deck, put it towards building a pool in the backyard, things like that. This is really good for people that purchase a home that needs work. So if you go out there and find a great deal, it's on some land, or the house has great bones, but it's just dated, and you can put in a deal. Let's say it's been sitting on the market for a while, or you have an agent like myself that will do everything they can to negotiate a great price for you. So let's just say the house is on the market for $150, but we're going to do everything we can to get that house at $130. The appraisal comes in at that $150. We purchased it for $130. Now you have $20,000 of equity in the home. Then you can use that $20,000 to upgrade the kitchen, the bathroom, date it, take down the wallpaper, put new flooring in, things like that, and increase the value of the home, and also update the home to where you like it better. So having equity is really, really important in a home. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of clients, oh, Vic, man, I want to put a low offer in because I want equity. This is not always the case. So don't come to me asking, if you're going to, a client of mine saying, why didn't I get equity if you already bought a home with me? Or asking, hey, I want to, put a lowball offer in to get equity. Sometimes this is not always going to happen. So just remember that. If whatever offer we put in, I'm putting in the best market analysis, and I'm putting in the best rate or offer for you. But times that it is that you do get that equity, you can really use it for that, and you can use it to start a new business. You can use equity to start a new business. So if you were to go out there and purchase a foreclosed home or a short sale home, things like that, and you were, it's not all that common, but if you were to find a house and start off with $30,000 or $40,000 equity, if you wanted to start a business, or even if you just had the $10,000 equity, you could do that. But I've seen people that own a home, they've owned it for years, they want to start a business, they're working on a job, they want to buy a truck, a dump truck, or a 18-wheeler to start their own company, or a moving van, start up a tax service, anything like that, that just to start at the initial investment into your business. You can use your equity in your home as well and just pay it back. So it is worth it. Equity is very, very important, guys. Remember that. All right, if you have any more questions when it comes to equity, if you have any questions dealing with home equity line of credit, or any questions just dealing with housing and home buying and all that stuff at all, please make sure you reach out to me at househunterofcolumbia@gmail.com. You can comment down below this video, but also subscribe to my YouTube page and get that knowledge, man. I'm always going to be dropping jewels within my videos and on my channel. So subscribe, and wear your seatbelt. Holla back at your boy.